What's happening, everybody? Coming to you from my DIY hot tent, and it is a super windy and chilly day, so we might be interrupted by the wind. But my buddy Justin over at It's Good in the Woods made a glass window for his Seek Outside titanium stove. Beat me to the chase. I've been thinking about doing it for a long time. I actually have a Winterwell stainless stove with the glass door because I like the glass door, obviously, but it's also super heavy duty, too heavy to carry a backpack part. These are made for backpacking, ultra lightweight. This thing's like 3 pounds, 2.9 pounds. With my smokestack robber, that's an additional 6 ounces, I believe it was. So again, we're still in the 3 pound, 3.5 pound ballpark for a pretty good large size titanium stove. There's that crazy wind. So what I did is I made a door, glass window door. I made my glass window door. I used mica and a couple little fasteners from Home Depot. Total was $13.74. It was about $1.30 for the little nuts and bolts hardware, which I was looking for stainless. It got zinc plated, whatever. And the sheets of mica, $14 off of Amazon, shipped with tax. They're like $13.90 or something. So yeah, I'm super happy with this modification. I actually like how the stainless looking zinc screws match the braided wire. It just kind of gives it more of that industrial cool look. And the smokestack robber you're probably not going to see anywhere. That's a special order I got out of Russia. It's a Russian titanium stove company that I saw, looked at the dimensions and the schematics of these things, contacted the company and said, hey, I know that 3-inch smokestack robber is going to fit my 3-inch titanium Seek Outside stove. Please let me buy it from you, whatever you want. Name me a price, I'll buy it, because you're not going to find those things anywhere. Well, to my surprise, they were selling it to me cheaper shipped than if I bought sheets of titanium to try to make that thing by myself, which I'm not going to be able to weld or fabricate titanium in any way. Probably wouldn't have been good, at least. And so this thing shipped out the door was like 70 bucks. Can't complain. And it's huge, heavy duty gauge, thick titanium, thicker than the Seek, which is what you want. You want something thick to retain your heat, which is what that's doing. That's retaining all the heat loss out of your chimney pipe. Titanium is awesome for lightness, but it doesn't really retain heat well like a stainless steel or cast iron stoves. Those actually hold and radiate heat. So there we are, you know. I'm super happy with the outcome, how this came out. Time's gonna tell. We're just gonna have to burn the hell out of it, but I've seen mica used on a lot of wood stoves. They were used in the old days. It was what people used before heat glass and all this tempered glass stuff existed, was sheets of mica. So yeah, ultra lightweight. I actually I saved 1.5 grams cutting that sheet out of my door. Actually made my door 1.5 grams lighter, so I made my stove even lighter by doing this mod. Which the Graham Weenies, I'm sure, would love to hear that. All those Graham Weenie purists out there, which this titanium stove is for Graham Weenies. This is one of the reasons why I have it. I have now a titanium Pomali stove. And that is pretty hefty. Even though it's a tiny stove, it's fast fold, which is awesome. You don't have to assemble pieces with cold hands. Just bam and go. You're ready to roll. But those stoves are like 4.5, almost 5 pounds. That's nearly double this weight. So everything's got its bonuses. They all have their place, you know. There's something specific for every purpose. This stove has more of a lightweight, long travel stove. That's what more of this is. And I wanted to keep it lightweight with my modification and not add weight to my stove and my door. Alright, so not just working on my stove, but I've been doing all kinds of gear, rounding up my stuff as the new year. I got a little projects that I've been doing. Stuff I'm not going to make videos about, but I could throw it in right now. It's like seam sealing my tent. I've been making a lot of stuff sacks and stuff, to organize my stuff even better, all my gear. I made these priority mail. I got a bunch of them. Take priority mail envelopes, which are Tyvek. They're like waterproof. And I make a stuff sack out of it. Take the priority mail envelope, see, and turn it inside out. Cut the top off, fold it, sew a seam, stuff your paracord pull cord in there, and get a little cord lock. You can buy a bunch of these on Amazon for a couple bucks. And I got a stuff sack for my pillow, my Thermarest pillow. Just keeps it nice and clean and waterproof. Free. They cost nothing. You go to your local post office, pick up these envelopes for nothing, for free. So I made a bunch of those stuff sacks for random stuff for my gear, clothes, food, whatever. I took a really old hunting coat, mossy oak, real tough, durable stuff, and I made this stuff sack for a little pull cord lock and paracord. So to make this easy, I took a sleeve off of the coat, which was a perfect diameter, and cut it to where I needed to, and then I sewed a little round patch on the bottom, close to the diameter of the teapot. So now I got a stuff sack for my titanium teapot. And it also, on the bottom of that, I keep this little titanium bowl. As it just happened to fit perfectly on the bottom of my teapot. So it's another serving dish, really, but I like it as protection to the bottom of my teapot to keep it from getting messed up. So now that rides in my little stuff sack for my teapot. I've put this before in a video, but maybe nobody's ever seen it. I make Kydex. I made the Kydex holder for my sheetrock hammer. They call these sheetrock hammers. It's got a little blade on the back that I filed and sharpened the heck out of it, so it works like a little wood axe. Great for tent stakes. It's for light gray wood. You're not splitting logs, you're splitting like little kindling with it. Perfect for kindling, for fire kindling. That's why I love that little hatchet that I made. So it's not meant to be a hatchet. I took a hammer and converted it into a hatchet also. It's another thing I did. My bull rail saw, I took a pair of old army pants, EDU pants, and they still have the pocket on the saw bag I made. And then at the pant leg, there's some draw pull cord, the little cord lock. I put that on there as well. And the cool thing is I got my spare saw blade for my Baco in the bag, riding in there. I put my Pomali hot tent, Pomali stove gloves. They give you a pair of gloves. They're not for heat resistance in any way. They're made to not cut your hands with a chimney pipe. But these are great. They stick right in here with my stove, with my saw. If I want to cut my saw or anything like that, I got gloves. And then in that pouch, I got little spare parts for the saw. So if you go to change your blades, you ever drop a little washer or anything like that, I got the spare parts right in here with my spare blade. And I think I'm going to get one extra spare blade, and I should be all set for a lifetime with my blades and the bow reel saw, a little stuff sack. So that's real quick, just a bunch of other little things I've been making, tidying up my my camping stuff and my camping gear. Like I said, I got a couple more things that I'm working on and some more projects I'm going to show and preview. But yeah, stay tuned. And again, give me a like, share, subscribe. This helps me out. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. And this is all you're going to need for this modification to finish the glass door and stove. We got our sheets of mica tiles, 6 by 8 inches off of Amazon, and the tiniest 440 nuts and bolts we could find, some metal cutting, Dremel cutting wheels, the ordinary drill, tin snips. I used to cut the mica instead of scissors, and cut off wheel with the Dremel. Here we are. bit, just the size of the bolt. And now we're just going to sand smooth this edge. Now to plate the glass, and that's it. So you just want to make sure you put your bolts facing out this way with the nuts. That way the smooth part of the screws slide in and out of the door. That's it. There's the finished product. Screws cut smooth. And that's done. Nice and lightweight. 1.5 grams lighter than the door. Here's a quick tip. Take a frozen ground